Hello, I'm Carolyn Herbert from the Finance News Network, and joining me from newly listed dairy company, China Dairy Corporation, is CEO Youliang Wang. Youliang, welcome to Sydney and congratulations on the listing.
Thank you. I'm honoured to be here. At the same time, I want to thank ASX for giving us the chance to list. I want to thank everybody for all their support, including Australia-China Group, Phillip Capital Singapore, Blue Mount Capital, and Beijing Yangjing.
Now, for investors who aren't familiar with China Dairy Corporation, can you start by giving us an introduction to the company?
China Dairy's China subsidiary was formed in January 2005. At present, we have over 500 employees. CDC is located in the northern part of China in Heilongjiang province and is one of 3 natural grasslands located there. The company currently owns 2 cattle farm companies. One is Jiangxi Yulong Cattle and the other is Xinhua Cattle. By the end of 2015, the average daily milk production for the company is about 660 tonnes per day. The total number of cattle is 46,000. Based on this, CDC is planning to complete a series of acquisitions and enter the international high-end market.
And for investors who participated in the IPO, at what price did you start trading?
Our initial IPO price is Australian 20 cents and the actual trading price is 24 Australian cents.
So how much money was raised? What value does this put on the company and where are the funds going?
We have raised over 17 million Australian dollars. The funds will be used mainly for daily operations, including farm construction and project acquisitions.
And Youliang, can you tell us about the business model and your strategy?
We have 3 main business models. The main business model is farmer-raised cows and commission cows, with self-raised cows as a supplement. Currently, self-raised cows occupy a very small percentage of our business. We are focusing on farmer-raised cows and commission cows. Farmer-raised cows means the company provides the cows to the farmer and pay cow-raising fees and feeds to the farmer. Farmers sell the fresh milk to the company-appointed customers. The company settles payments directly with the customers and receives the revenue from sales of fresh milk. Our most important business model is commission cows. We sell our cows to the farmers. Farmers pay the price of the cows through instalments. Before the instalments are fulfilled, the farmers sell fresh milk to the appointed customers and the company gets 30% from the sales revenue as commission. These are the 3 business models of our company. Our strategic plan is to complete acquisition of 1 to 2 dairy manufacturers in Australia within the next 6 months and at the same time reform. This means we are looking for well-known dairy manufacturers and trading companies who trade to China from Australia. By acquiring 1 to 2 companies, we're preparing to enter into the Chinese market and integrate high-end resources. We want to enter China's high-end dairy market by using advanced Australian technology and equipment.
So who are your biggest customers and what's forecast in terms of Chinese dairy consumption over the medium term?
Our big customers in China are Mengniu and Hessian Dairy in Shiha. Hessian occupies 16% of our 2015 sales revenue. We have 5 other customers who acquire more than 10% of our milk. Our customers are relatively spread out. Our next step is to cooperate further with China's domestic high-end dairy manufacturers.
And now to your competitors. Australian and New Zealand companies are world leaders in the production of dairy. So what's your strategy?
As we all know, Australia and New Zealand are powerful nations globally in dairy products manufacturing. Their manufacturers have good international reputations. We are open to future cooperation. Everyone has competition. CDC holds a certain share in the northeastern market of China and even holds a certain share in the whole Chinese market, so we have our own competitive advantages. We see this listing as an opportunity, plus the establishment of China and Australia's bilateral free trade zone. We will grasp this rare opportunity to open big doors for CDC. After listing, we want to participate with 1 to 2 dairy manufacturers and trading companies who trade in China. By cooperating with the strongest companies, we believe the market opportunity of $13 billion is enormous for us. We believe there are good cooperation foundations here.
And final question, Youliang, where would you like to see the company in 12 months' time?
This is a question that all investors will care about. We as the entrepreneurs, we all want to bring CDC to a more developed stage. As I said before, China and Australia have entered into a very friendly free trade agreement, which will lead to a big leap in the economies of both countries. We will grasp this rare opportunity. By listing CDC, we will complete acquisitions of 1 to 2 dairy manufacturers and trading companies and establish full industry chain cooperation. As you all know, China just opened up the second child policy. The demand in dairy products is very strong in China. In 1978, China's GDP was 365 billion renminbi. Now in 2015, China's gross domestic product reached 67 trillion renminbi. This means that GDP increased more than 180 times. Based on this, we believe there is enormous potential to grow the market for dairy products. China's consumption in dairy products is still very low. Compared with developing countries, we represent only half of the average consumption rate. Compared to the world average, we're only a third of the world's average consumption rate and only a tenth of the developed countries' average consumption rate. So I believe China's market for dairy products is still big. CDC is planning to establish 2 children liquid milk development facilities and nature feed factories in Mongolia and Heilongjiang province in China. We will get the company ready for the next step, which is cooperating with the international market.
Youliang Wang, congratulations on the listing and thanks for speaking with us.
Thank you to the media for their focus and support on CDC's listing. I invite on behalf of CDC all media and friends from all around to visit China and visit our facilities. We look forward to meeting our targets.